Plutonium wafted out Jennifer's nose. Because she'd been discriminated against. And she had proof. Mr. Meyer, our tyrant math teacher, math professor, had not given her full credit. I had docked her on a calculus problem, but not her friend Brenda on the same problem. They both made the same mistake, but the difference being she was pulling a 3.9 for the quarter, and well, Brenda, I don't know what she was pulling, but nowhere near 3.9. I wasn't very sympathetic. Yes, there were other women in my calculus classes. It wasn't a 50-50 ratio, maybe a 1/3. They all kind of blurred together. But there was the twins. One of them also worked where I worked, out in 2 East area. I never talked to her. I don't remember talking to her at work or in school. I have no idea why. Buddy of mine had a crush on her, so she didn't work in my trailer, but she worked in the one next door, and so I'd harass him by email. Say, oh yeah, she's melting the keyboard. He worked downtown, but his commute was the same as mine because he had to travel to downtown. But he lived in Benton City. I lived downtown, but I had to commute out to 2 East. So, and I was waiting for a bus out by the Hanford fire station. He drove up in his truck, and we went back to his place, out the other way, out behind Benton City. That was the first time I'd been out to his place. And a couple years later, I'd been out there for 2 Thanksgivings in a row. Back when I was at Freddy's. Yeah, it was interesting. I stayed there for several days. I don't think I've seen him since. Well, that's kind of another story there. But well, I guess the short end of it is he was completely lost in the computer world. I mean, he was doing software engineering for Lockheed Martin, their Hanford branch here. And then he'd come home and he'd do gaming. He'd go to the gaming conventions. He even went to one when I was there, and I said, oh no, well, I gotta stay home and catch up on my email because I didn't have, my computer was, well, it was out. So, but that's right about when I was going off my computer for a decade. And I don't know what happened to him after that. I haven't found him on Facebook or anything. Sean was in the same calculus and chemistry classes I was in. And we both worked at Hanford as student employees at near minimum wage in the beginning. And completely different departments. But he helped me and finish up my project. It turned into a database project, which I didn't even know anything about. But yeah, he was database specialist, and to do conversions, and I was working on a table that I was designing from scratch. And my boss told me that, okay, I'll get you some help, and about 2 weeks later, the nuclear waste database specialist for the Hanford site shows up, and she had a table for every toxic waste on the planet would fit into her table. And I was working on one for the office, which our office had just about, well, who knows, a lot of stuff that I was supposed to, well, be integrating everybody's filing, what everybody's files had in them, either one. And the document that would integrate them. Nobody would give me their files, even though boss told them to. He gave me his entire file cabinet. Actually, the one that he inherited. That he had no idea what was in them. Neither did I. But anyway, so I developed this table over the summer from scratch. And the Jack Misner, the environmental engineer upstairs, also worked for Paul, boss, also an environmental engineer, had asked me if I knew what Fox Pro database was, and I didn't. And he showed me a little bit, but you know, he said, well, your table will probably ended up in this. And this is before I'd taken any database classes. And this is all using, you know, WordPerfect 5.1 on with DOS 3 point something. You know. And so I think I described it. Oh yeah, I was having trouble with getting it to sort out the numbers, and so I said, "Oh, send it to me. Let me have a look at it." And he converted it to a database format and sent it back. He said, "Well, you won't know what to do with this, but maybe the guys, whoever's working on this after you will." So I put it in my files, left a note in there with it. So you know, I was finishing up for the summer.